Creators are always looking forward into what is becoming, not backward or downward into what is. When you are driving your vehicle, hopefully you're looking where you're going, not where you've been, and not where you are. You don't have those mirrors. They would make you sick if you had them. They'll look right down at the road, right where you are. Think about that. You wouldn't want to go very fast into those conditions, would you? You're just looking right down at where you are. You want to look forward to where you're going. And we want you to understand that as you become forward looking, and by forward looking we mean as you become one who looks in the direction not only of that which you want, but hear this, looks in the direction of that which the larger part of you has already become. Do you hear that? Can you hear the importance of your step one part of this process? Contrast causes you to ask and source the inner being that is you. The God within you, the all that isness, collects the data of the best of life. Now we want to ask you a question. When you know what you don't want, when you see someone rude, when you see a mass murder, when you see some abhorrent experience, when you see something that you really, really, really know that you don't want, when you see people suffering, when you see people encouraging suffering, when you see those things you don't want to see, whether it's humans or animals or earth, when you see something you don't want to see, do you understand that in that moment you offer an equal and a commensurate and exactly equal, proportionate request that is exactly on the other side of what you don't want? In other words, when you're really sick, you really ask for wellness. If you're sort of sick, you sort of ask for wellness. If you're sort of confused, you sort of ask for clarity. If you're really confused, you really ask for clarity. In other words, your request is always proportionate to what you are allowing yourself to live. And for that reason, in this time of greatest diversity, which is a good thing, not a bad thing, as you are mixing it up with one another, you are asking massively. And as you don't allow yourself as individuals to go in the direction of what you're asking for, it just causes you to ask harder and stronger and more often. So that the requests that this time-space reality are sending forth into the vibrational escrow of mass consciousness is bigger and faster and more than it has ever been before. This stream is moving fast, and the answering to what you are asking for is happening in greater abundance than ever before. This pool of abundance that you have requested is at its all-time high and getting greater in every day, which means your propensity for thriving is greater than it has ever been. Your propensity for suffering is greater than it has ever been also, because it's always equal. In other words, when who you have become is more and you don't let yourself become it, you don't feel so good. Fortunately, as individuals, you don't have to wait for everybody to figure it out before you have the ease of alignment. You get to individually go with the flow of that which you have become, and when you do, you come into alignment with who you are. So step one is you ask. Step two is source answers. Step three is you got to find some way somehow to become a vibrational match to what you've been asking for. Otherwise, you don't get what you've been asking for, but that's not the worst part of it. It's not that you just don't get what you want. It's that you don't be who you are. That's the thing that makes you feel negative emotion. You don't feel negative emotion because you're depriving yourself, and you are depriving yourself because nobody else could ever deprive you of anything. But you don't feel negative emotion because you have deprived yourself of the lover you want, or of the car you want, of the resources you want. You are feeling negative emotion because you are depriving yourself of the state of being that you are. You are secure. And when you feel insecure, there's some depriving going on. And it's not us, it's you doing it. When you are angry, you are depriving yourself because who you really are is one who loves. When you do not have enough of something wanted, it is you who is depriving yourself. But what you are wanting is alignment more than the stuff you think you want. Now, we want you to want all that stuff. We want you because you're out here in the leading edge. Someone said yesterday, well, not so sure that this stuff I want is really as spiritual as I want to be. And we say, this stuff out here on the leading edge is the extension of what spirit is. There is nothing that is not spiritual about your materialism because you are the extension. But there is a physical aspect of you that is out of sync with the spirit that is you. Just as there are physical aspects of you that are in sync with the spirit that is you. So it is not materialism that is tripping you up. It is having asked for that which Source has endorsed and become, and then holding yourself in vibrational opposition to it that makes you begin to write books about the inappropriateness of wanting material things. There isn't anything that you want that is material that you want for any other reason than that you believe you would feel better in the having of it. So this is just our way, and we are thrilled at the aha moment you just had. This is just our way of reminding you that often you are looking for love in all the wrong places. In other words, you're looking for the purchase to make you feel better, or the love of another to make you feel better, or the accolades from the public to make you feel better. When all along, what you want and need in order to feel better is to find vibrational alignment with the point of view that Source has about the same subject that you are focused upon. That's what you're looking for. We call this gathering the art of allowing. It's the art of allowing, consciously, deliberately allowing you here in your physical body to get up to speed with who, not just who you were before you were born, which was very much up to speed, we want to tell you, but with who you have become since you have been here, projecting improvements and expansion and evolution into that which you are. If you are little and someone's rude to you, you ask for a nicer world, and you create you in a nicer world. But if you keep noticing rude people, then you keep holding yourself in resistance to the nicer world that you carved out when you were very young. If someone really mistreated you when you were little, and you've been beating that drum ever since, when people introduce themselves to you, you say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I was abused when I was 12. So even though it happened a long time ago and caused you to launch rockets of desire and become a much more well-treated person, if you keep beating the drum of that abuse day after day, year after year, decade after decade, what happens is you for years hold yourself as a vibrational resistant component to this vortex of creation that you've been creating. Every time you don't have enough money, you ask for more. You have created a veritable fortune in your vortex of creation. And the reason that we're calling it a vortex is because law of attraction is responding to the central theme of it. And what's the central theme in your vortex? The expanded version of you, the healthier you, the more prosperous you, the more loving you, the worthy feeling you. In other words, life has caused you to become this. But often, you're so enamored with your physicality. Abraham, I can see and I can smell, I can taste, I can feel, I can touch. I'm tactile. Look around me. Here is my world. And we say, you're only looking at a small part of your world. You're looking at the so far manifested world. You're looking at the world you have allowed to become based upon the vibration that you chronically hold to, based upon your beliefs. But your physical manifested world could match this vortex of creation that you've been adding to all day, every day. You could be standing in this physical body and you could be a worthy feeling being. You could feel secure. You could be flexible. You could be mobile. You could be incredibly prosperous. You can be the creator of your own reality. You just have to understand the two vibrational realities that are going on, and you've got to make them match. So this vortex of creation, we're really enjoying this analogy because it helps us to help you to understand that you've become more than you're often letting yourself be. And in order to be all that you are, you got to get in the vortex. But in order to get in that vortex, you've got to be a vibrational match to that vortex, because law of attraction is assembling all cooperative components. So you've put plenty of requests for abundance there, and vitality and clarity and well-being. And law of attraction is gathering all of the cooperative components to that. But if you're over here beating the drum of, I don't have enough right now, and I'm worried about where I'm going to get it, and it has not been good for me for a long time, and the people around me are having a hard time too, then without even meaning to, you're holding yourself by virtue of your observation of what is or what has already manifested for you. You're holding yourself in observation of your physical world in vibrational resistance or opposition to your non-physical vortex of creation. Esther loves it when she comes back to a city like this or back to her hometown and sees that landmarks are still there. In other words, it's nice to feel the stability of your physical reality. But you get so caught up in the stability of your physical reality that you don't let yourself expand proportionate or in the timing of your true expansion. When you ask for something, it's given now. Why don't you go where it's given? And then when we ask the question, are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? Are you enjoying your new desires? You would say, yes, I am. I'm enjoying my new desires because I get one and I receive it. And then I get another idea and I receive it. And I get another idea and I receive it. Life's good out here on this leading edge of creation. So if there are things that you have been wanting that are not showing up, are taking way too long, or not seeming to show up at all, it's for only one reason. You've got a habit of thought. That's what beliefs are. A chronic thought that you keep thinking, usually based upon something you're observing. In other words, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. It's not here. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not here. 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 I don't see it. Do you see it? 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 I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. 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 I've wanted it a long time, but I don't see it. I've wanted it for so long, I'm sick of wanting it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It's not here. I've never seen it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It takes too long. It's too hard. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see it. And in your observation of what's currently happening, you train yourself into the vibration that opposes it. So, you know what that makes you? That makes you an uncooperative component to what's going on over here. You don't mean to be. You've just been practicing it for so long that it just feels normal to complain. It feels normal to tell it like it is. Let's make a monument. A bad thing happened. Let's make a monument. Let's make a monument about how bad it was. Let's make a holiday for the monument. Let's make a law so that everybody has to know on this day that this monument represents that bad thing that happened. And as you hold yourself to things of the past or the present that are not a vibrational match to who you have become, not only do you not get to live anytime soon what you're asking for, but even more, you feel the discord of you not keeping up with you. Now, sometimes you think, well, I don't think I should have to do all of this work. I think I should be able to stay over here and just complain to the universe or to source or to my inner being, complain to God like I used to complain to my mother. It worked with her. If I complained long enough, she'd give up the stuff. But when you are talking with law of attraction, you cannot be a cooperative component to what you want while you complain or while you justify or while you defend or while you continue to beat the drum of why you need it or why you deserve it. In other words, you can't keep amplifying the absence of what you want or the neediness or the lack of what you want and be a vibrational match. You have to talk about what you want and why you want it. You have to find some way of getting into the vortex. And that's really what we'll be talking about today. How to get into this vortex of creation. Do you understand that in that vortex is not just where what you want is, it's where who you are is. In other words, your inner being is a lover. And when you find someone to hate, even though by your earth standards you are justified, others agree with you, yeah, we all hate that person. That's a true hateable person. And we say, source within you does not hate. And that's why hate feels to you like it does. It's the feeling of not resonance with the wholeness of who you are. It's the